Hello students, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will be studying about the two remaining types of networks, which is the metropolitan area network and the other is the wide area network. And after these, we will also be looking into subnets and internet networks. Okay. So now starting with metropolitan area network. In the previous videos, we have studied about personal area networks and local area networks. Now, when we talk about metropolitan area network, basically it is a network that spans a wider or a larger area, even more than a local area network. So the range of communication for this metropolitan area network will be a city. So a network that is as large as a city, like a cable TV network, is known as a metropolitan area network. Okay. So cable TV network is an example of metropolitan area network or a MAN. Okay, metropolitan also refers to the word city. So this is the largest area that can be covered by a MAN. Okay. Now another example of metropolitan area network is the high speed wireless internet that you get in the form of WiMAX. Okay, and WiMAX has been given the standard name of IEEE 802.16. So this is a MAN, that means a metropolitan area network, which provides high speed internet access, and it is wireless in nature and it can span as large area as a city. Okay, now next we come to wide area network. Definitely you would now notice that as we are progressing further, the networks that we are considering are becoming larger in their physical size. So the range of communication for a WAN or a wide area network is a country or a continent. Okay, so a network uh, that is spread across different countries or that is spread across different continents is known as a wide area network. Okay, so multiple cities are in a country, when they are connected together, they form a wide area network. And the most common example of this can be your internet service providers, because the offices of internet service provider or ISPs are spread across different parts of a single country or even across different continents. You also call your ISPs, the internet service provider, as ISPs. Okay, another example of this can be the any company, any multinational company that has its offices across different cities of the same country or even across different countries. Say a company XYZ has an office in India, then in Australia, and then also in the US. So if the company wants to connect all these offices, it will build a network, and that network would be a wide area network. Okay, so if a company is present only within multiple locations of a single city, it will be known as a metropolitan area network. Now, one important thing that you must remember about a wide area network is that it consists of different subnetworks. Since the geographical location of a WAN is very large, it spans a very large geographical area, so we can divide a WAN into subnetworks, or what we also known as subnets. Okay, so subnet, what is the meaning of a subnet? Subnet is only that hardware architecture which consists of either transmission lines or switching elements. So basically these are the two parts of a subnet, the parts that make up a subnet. Okay, parts of a subnet. So a WAN can be divided into multiple subnetworks, which we know as subnets, and subnets comprise of transmission lines, that means the communication channels, the links through which actually communication takes place between the hosts present in a network, and switching elements. So switching element can either be routers, they can be switches, bridges, hubs, etc. So these switching elements are those devices which are connected to two or more transmission lines, and they direct the packets that are traveling on a network from one location to another. So you can imagine, if you have a host A, then you have a host B, and here is a switching element, say router X. Then the traffic that is coming from A as well as from B, this router will decide to which transmission line the traffic coming from these two hosts will be sent forward, whether it will be sent to D, whether it will be sent to C, or so on. So switching elements take such decisions of forwarding the packets, of forwarding the information that are crossing them. Okay. So now coming to the last topic of this video, which is the internetwork. So as you must have guessed, the internet is the short form of internetworks. And what do we mean by an internetwork? It is basically a collection of connected networks. So a large number of networks which are generally of different types. When we connect these networks of different types so that communication between them is possible, they can exchange information, then we form the internetwork, or the largest network as we know today, which is the internet. Okay. Now the internet, or any internetwork, consists of two main parts. Firstly is the subnet, because definitely any network which is as large as a wide area network will consist of a subnet, which comprises of the transmission lines and the switching elements. Now in this diagram you can see, apart from this transmission line and apart from this switching elements, the elements that are present, or the entities that are present, are the hosts. So any network which is very large, which spans a large geographical area, will consist of subnet as well as host. So these are the two components of an internetwork. These were the two components of a subnet. Now a subnet, along with the hosts connected to the transmission lines, will form a network, and when multiple networks will be connected together, they will form an internetwork. Okay. Now there is an important device. The name of a device is gateway, that you must know when we are talking about interconnection and communication between different devices. So a gateway is a device that allows different types of networks to communicate with each other. So it is a device used for connecting two or more different networks to make appropriate communication possible. Okay. Now, what do we mean by a gateway or appropriate communication possible? So, since it is possible that different types of networks follow different rules for communication among themselves. So, there must be an intermediary channel, or there must be an intermediary node that manages and solves all the differences between multiple networks that have to be connected together and makes communication possible. So a gateway is just like a translator. If you know English language and your friend only knows French, then a gateway acts like a translator. It helps different types of networks to connect with each other and communicate in a way so that the no network in itself has to change majorly, but the communication is made possible. Okay. So you'll study about these concepts in detail as we move forward in this course. For this lecture, these were the topics that we had to cover today: the MAN, WAN and internet networks. Thank you for watching. Till we meet in the next video, mind your exam.